Shalom and welcome to the Mitzvah of Torah. This year is entitled Contradictions Between Science and Chazal. What do we do when there seems to be a contradiction between a statement in science and a statement in Chazal? So, of course, it's always important to make sure that we understand properly the statement of Chazal and to understand the science as well, and to understand if it's a science fact, if it's just a theory, something that may come in one generation, go in another generation. But let's say it's something that's pretty clear. Spontaneous generation, animals that are created from the dirt, which science certainly doesn't hold by today, and Chazal seem to hold by it. What do we say? So I have various sources on this topic. The article by Rav Tendler, 2001, Be'er HaGula magazine. He writes and he quotes various sources that some select statements that Chazal made were based on the science of that time, some specific statements. So, for example, it talks about, let's say, an animal who's somehow attached to the ground and lives with an attachment. He's hooked into the ground. He doesn't really move from that area. So what's the status of such an animal? So if Chazal discuss it, doesn't mean it exists. It just means if they were told there's such a creature, what would be the halachic ramifications? And if there's some kind of spontaneous generation, so what would be the halachic ramifications? According to Rav Tendler and the various sources that he quotes, there may have been times that a certain scientific theory was presented to a rabbi, and the rabbi said this would be the halacha if this is the case, and that's it. It wasn't from the Masorah. He was just applying his halachic knowledge to this case, whether it's real or theoretical. The Rav Meisman, on the other hand, in his recent book, in Torah and Science, he writes that everything Chazal said is from the Masorah, and therefore, of course, it is correct, and they two always have to be synthesized. Meaning, you can't go ahead and simply say that, no, Chazal said just based on the science of the times. It's from the Masorah, and it has to be true. And if it seems to contradict the science, well, the science is going to have to be adjusted, or it could be a theory that's going to come and go. It's a very, very big argument between Rav Tendler and approach and the Rav Meisman approach. Rav Shechter also is like Rav Tendler and others as well. And others are sided with Rav Meisman. There's a list on both sides. So it's a very, very big machlok, and there's a lot of ramifications. Do we maintain that every single statement that Chazal make regarding science is from the Masorah or not? On the other hand, as big as machlokas is, it should be seen in perspective, meaning that Chazal, on the tens of thousands of pages in the Gemara, Midrashim, the hundreds of thousands of statements that they've made, it's all about our Masorah, about halacha, about the Shisha Siddharim, and about hashkafa, avos, musar, how to act. And that's the bulk of their work, which everyone agrees is from the Masorah. And even the science in Chazal, much of it is from the Masorah as well. Chulin and other topics as well. Astronomy from the Masorah. The question is about a few select statements. Were those statements that seem to contradict what's going on today in the world of science, was that from the Masorah and therefore it has to be worked out? Or was it simply Chazal, the scientists, giving over certain statements to Chazal? And Chazal is saying this would be the halacha in such and such a case, and it could be it doesn't exist anymore, or it didn't exist that way either. So that's that camp. Rav Hirsch also is with that approach as well, similar to Rav Tendler's approach, meaning that Chazal simply took the scientific presentations and categorized it halachically. And on the one hand, it's important to know it's a big machlokas between the different shitot, but to understand the perspective. 99.9% of the statements of Chazal, no one argues. It's all from the Masorah, and that's what guides our lives day in and day out. And it's a machlokas of a very, very small percentage of some statements regarding science and Chazal and how to approach it. Shalom.